how does the extradition process, or how would it work between the U.S. and Mexico? Do the two countries cooperate on cases like this?
Yes, they do, Jim. Good morning to you. So I think there's two ways this can play out. We know that Mexican authorities now are looking, and with regard to the arrest warrant for the extradition, that is to have the party or parties brought back to Mexico to be held accountable. And if they do that, I think what you'll see is the Department of Justice involved. We have an Office of International Affairs. We have a robust extradition proceeding, and we have actually a treaty with Mexico that's been in existence for some 45 years. And so there is cooperation. So on the one hand, you could see Mexico engage in the prosecution. On the other, we certainly have a statute in the United States that would provide for our government to be involved and the federal government to prosecute a foreign national, right? What happens is, just to be clear in terms of that statement, in the event that you go overseas and an American citizen is ultimately killed by another American citizen, there's a statute that could provide for the prosecution to take place in this country. So we'll see which way it plays out ultimately.
Given the timeline here, a number of weeks since this took place, I mean, the role of folks on the internet kind of keeping the story alive, et cetera, I mean, did Mexican authorities drop the ball in the initial stages of this? And could that affect the future of the investigation?
So it certainly could, because with any investigation and with any crime scene, you want to preserve it, right? At the end of the day, you have to know and understand that the evidence that you have is gathered appropriately, that the crime scene would not otherwise be contaminated, that the autopsy was done properly. And so, yes, there could be some challenges there. Having said that, with the FBI involved now, I'm sure that they'll undertake an investigation, which is quite significant. They will be working with Mexican authorities. They will be all over the area where it occurred to try to get answers. So no investigation is without flaws, Jim. But ultimately, I think justice could be served here if the investigation to